parts today. First half really about some of the actionable things that you can help to prevent for the next round.
Yes, that's
Second
right.
part where I will share a bit more about mindset, how to keep that mindset consistent towards the exam day itself is super important. Yeah.
Yes, that's right. Okay,
Question first.
all right. Okay, so we can go straight into our points. How we can help your child to to not lose marks or get marks that they deserve. All right. So, okay, my first point is about preparation. Okay, so we're going to have, we're going to have points in between, but for preparation is that how, how can you go for exam without preparation? You're actually preparing yourself to fail, right? So most important is to prepare. Okay, the next question is when you prepare. So this is the one mistake, correct or not? Is if they don't prepare or don't prepare well, that's why they fail or fail to do well. Okay, so this is number one thing to learn. So Mimi, what do you think? Do you think how long that you should start to prepare?
I think it depends, I think for me, because I'm a parent of a young child, it's very different from how I coach my teenagers back where I teach, right, in the tertiary level. So for the young kids, I think really it's about the parent to pick up where they are weak, and then you plan accordingly. Like for example, my daughter is weak in Arabic, so her Arabic takes more time. And you have to give them the drills and more practice that they need. It's really not about shoving assessment papers in their face, because it's not targeted help. So for me, it's really that in that kind of, you have to do the sensing first. But if you have older children like teenage level or secondary school, you have to ask them like, which one do you think you need more time, and then you get them to prep. So I would say a month before, you already have some idea.
Yes, right. Must have some idea. Yes, correct.
To plan the whole thing.
The easiest, okay, because I also coach secondary school students, so including like preparing for the exams. That's why I find that it's so important. You may feel your child knows, but I tell you, they do not know. Actually, I think it starts because it starts from exactly the time you actually given the timetable. Okay, to me, that is the time you should start thinking, but what Mimi said is true. You should start with the weakest, subject, because you need more time, right? So I think all these factors come into play. But seriously, I feel that once you get the timetable, time to start thinking. Okay, that is my simple tip. Okay, and what about you, Mimi? What other than the preparation thing? What you can talk about? Helping the child to really score better, and then don't avoid pitfalls. Yeah.
I think other than preparation, I think we were also talking about their understanding of the assessment, right? Sometimes they don't know what experience
the details.
The details, yes, like what am I supposed to deliver in this assessment, or what is my assessor looking for?
Yeah, or worse, they don't even know what is going to be examined. No, because I do ask, and then they say, like for example, I didn't know I have to have the oral because in secondary school it varies from different schools, right? So when we see the timetable, I go through every line with him. Then you realize that actually there's a listening compre. And I tell you, listening compre, a lot of schools have no time to go through. Am I right? Okay.
Yes,
but I tell you, it's an important component, but they also don't do well. Okay, this is one thing I tell you. You must prepare yourself in know what are the sections you need to be examinable. That's one thing. And also what you need to study for it. Okay, like the content, what is to be tested, right? What are the subjects or topics to be tested? That is also part of the preparation.
I feel like, how are they supposed to go in for the exam if they don't know what is coming out? And then I think that's where the bridge is for. I mean, I have to say this because a lot of parents, when their kids come out to a certain age, they start to think like, they will know.
No, sorry. You test them. I think the way is that just to talk to them. Hey, do you know that? Do you think you have this? You have that? What are the topics covered? That's all. You don't have to really drill them, but you just ask questions and you find their faces turned. You know that they do not know. Okay, but it's really true experience. Really, and then a parent always say, I trust my son to. I say, sorry, you can trust, but you should ask.
Exactly. It is a very good phrase. You can trust, but you should ask.
Because she kept telling me, all the mistakes I made in the past is to trust my son. Really, she really tell me that, because it was, I told you, the sad thing is people come to me for PSLE coaching. Okay, that is very hard already.
I think it's not a bad thing to trust your child, but as a parent, if you have the means, I think you just have to help probe and make sure they are prepared.
Yes.
It does a lot, for their mindset.
But I tell you, a lot of parents feel they are not adequate enough to understand what's going on. And that is one of the as I coach parents, I give them a lot of encouragement, a lot of confidence. Please, you are good enough, okay? Because they may feel inadequate. Math's not good, science not good,
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. I think that's why we are here, right? To create awareness. Parents, all you really need to do is just be involved in their preparation, and then
the right questions.
When they feel like you are holding their hand, but like virtually in their mind, they feel a lot more confident going into the exam. And that really plays. You will not imagine how big an impact it will be just to have you asking and supporting them.
Because you definitely have more experience having exams than them, I will tell you.
It's not really about the content they can figure out, but it's about going in, what to expect in terms of, let's say, mindset. What are the...
Yes, please, please share what is the good mindset to have come.
I think the whole mindset of, whatever I do, this is the number one mindset I observe in my teenagers. No matter what I do, I will still not do well.
Okay, that means a poor mindset about exams.
It's okay. No matter how much I prepare, I will not do well. So no need to stress so much.
Poor confidence.
Yes. So really, then I asked them, do you really think that you have zero confidence? Is it true that you are able to give this much, this much to show that you have acquired this certain amount of knowledge in the lesson? But actually I know this, but somehow in the exam is blah blah. So then then the problem is not your content. The problem is yourself. How you treat the exam. Yes, and preparation methods. So especially for young parents with younger kids, I think also Jasline will always emphasize it's always about strategy, understanding, how to prepare and not just what to prepare, right?
Correct. Because I think what your point is about, what's the attitude towards exams.
Correct.
You feel that, yes, but what have you do? You know that you are poor, but what have you done? So that I think one of the points you told me is about consistency, right?
Correct.
What about consistency? We all should be re-emphasized.
I think I learned this from one of your webinars. I remember you were sharing with me about consistent exposure to some kind of knowledge. So let's say if they learn something, then you give them pulses of that topic, right? So it's preparation over the number of months or the year, so that they are familiar with the concept. So when it comes to exam, right, they just need to revise and then they are so I think that so when your point about preparation, not just exam timetable, actually it goes way before that also.
Correct. It's about daily, it's about doing that's when parents come into early, when they're having exams, like what you're doing primary 2. I think some of the primary 2, every different schools have different kind of so I think I will feel it's good to have them understand early about exams, which I think very lucky. But because I've gone through students that they do not know until primary 3. Mostly primary 3 is the bigger exams come. That will be quite late. So primary 2 is just the right time where they will start to tell them, what is this? They're trying to test you. So let's do it like a game, because we're young, we don't tell them, you don't, then I'm very angry with you, that kind of thing. But I'm more like, it's a challenge, it's something you enjoy, and then show your teacher that you do well. So I mean, that's my encouragement to you to tell your daughter, it's not about, don't do well, I will whack you, or I will do something. I think that's not the point, right?
To be honest, kids nowadays, they don't respond to empty threats. You have to give them the why are you doing this?
Correct. The why.
And make sure that they are standing in that. I always tell her, you are standing in the circle alone, but around the circle is all of us helping you, pulling you towards your success. So she'll be like, okay, even though I have to do this myself, I have all these people around me to support. So as parents, I think you have to help them understand that exam is not that to tell them that you are good, you're bad, but it's really to measure how much they know about something.
Yes, and then show your teachers that you really thoroughly know, and you're just going to school and just do your work and then don't understand and then give a bad grade, right? So I think it builds the confidence. I like what you say. How come your student says that, oh, I'm not going to do well? I feel there's a reason for it, and it's because there's no consistency, there's no real confidence, I would say. That's why they don't feel good about exams. So let's build our child as strong as possible. That is really very important. Yes. And then after that, it's another, we're going to tell you another story after that. Okay, so when because primary 2, primary 3 do well, then primary 4, primary 5 cannot do well. So that's another, next time we're going to talk about it, okay?
Correct. It's a common trend, it's a common trend for a lot of
Yes. But we need to cover that topic, okay? Because really they actually really go down after the primary 4. Okay, so I'm very concerned about primary 4 students. So we start coaching best is primary 4. Okay.
I see.
And the last part, I tell you, your parents really can help. Okay, that is to help the child prepare the stationery. Okay.
Then they panic last minute
because I really have case, PSLE. She tell me after she came from that maths exam, she didn't bring protractor, and this year there's one question about angle must measure. You know how heartbroken. I don't even dare to tell the mother because she tell me. I don't dare to tell the mother because. That's why I say mothers or parents must do something, okay? You don't trust your child, okay?
Don't trust them.
You open up the pencil case and see, okay? Then
I also learned it the hard way. I'm so glad you remind me because I also learned it the hard way. When I open, sometimes I feel like, I think my daughter should remember this. Then I just in the morning got this gut feeling. Maybe I should just open and see, and it's not there. So where is it?
You have to feel your.
Then in the morning your blood pressure.
Don't trust them until maybe P6. After P6, I think. Yeah.
Even my teenage kids sometimes come to exam with their laptop but without the charger.
Oh, then they cannot do work, right? Cannot do the exam.
Die halfway and then they cry. So
forget the pencil case. Never bring pencil case. Calculator. And for mother tongue Chinese, you need to bring the dictionary, digital dictionary.
Oh, okay.
And then. Okay, not only that, you must make sure that new batteries are inside. Okay, this is very important, really, because you don't know when they run out, right? So might as well put a new battery in, and then have and do you think your child know how to do it? No, right? So please, this is so important. Correct. It is. I think I'm used to nagging by my parents, so I will nag to my children, and also the old folks around you, they also will emphasize, have you bring this? Tomorrow got this. Have you bring this? So it's double, and I feel that I need to stress again because I do see students really lost marks. Never bring these.
Unnecessarily, I agree. Yes, I do.
We should. Okay. So all my 3 tips done already. Okay. Number 1, you have to prepare. Yes. And number 2, you have to know what is to be examined, yes, and what topics, what specific details. And number 3 will be prepare well of the stationery you need to bring. Okay, don't lose marks because you don't have that. And of course, you can ask some children really cute. I said you didn't bring. You never go and ask my examiner. You got extra projector, not never. So sad. So sad. I don't want to say anymore. Okay, so what can you add? For us to really power up. Our next exam.
I think then we covered those. I think another thing maybe about the mindset part where we talked about endurance. Another thing maybe I want to just add on is, it is difficult, especially when the exam has started and they have papers back to back to maintain the endurance
or you have a maths 1 paper and a maths 2 paper, and the whole day is about 3 hours paper.
It's really, it's exhausting for them, but it's good to ensure that they understand or they have some expectation what it's going to be like. So I actually match that time for them at home. I even give my, even my K2 my K1 daughter, who is 5 now, I give her time quizzes online. It's fun, but they have an understanding of time quizzes whereby sometimes they run out of time. It's very good for them to learn early.
Yeah.
They can pace themselves during the exam because you're not there at that time.
Correct. Yeah.
So the other thing is, endurance is at home revision and also during the assessment. I think that's one.
Thank you. Very good.
Consistency, right? Number 3 thing we didn't mention, but rest. They need to sleep enough.
Yeah. Can we tell some horror stories about students who never sleep well?
I
They
think
blank
that
out. Yes, blank out, and then he lost it. He didn't. A lot of questions he knew, but he just didn't deliver. So please sleep well, because it affects the way you process, and you also get panicky. Yeah. So please, So what other stories you have?
Wow, I even got one during a practical assessment. Passed out and she fainted. I had to be brought to the hospital, but
God.
I think blood pressure and had issues, then couldn't sit for the makeup exam, so had to be forfeited. So you can easily prevent this kind of thing by giving them enough rest. I think don't underestimate.
Cannot finish, forget it. The day before, just go and sleep. Okay, please.
That half an hour for them to sleep, the last you want to squeeze, actually it doesn't even matter anymore.
Correct. And you talk about sleep, I think it's important. Like say going to hospital, I think about please have your meals, so that you won't faint or whatever. Please don't. Breakfast.
Very important. Very important. So for me, I always say before exam, no more drills already. Enough. It's just just remind.
Recall. Look at some questions.
Then rest. Then I always tell my daughter in the morning, before I send her, I always say, your brain cooked already not? Cook today. Then she'll be like, oh, today my brain cooked. Wow, 3 multiple, 4 multiple. Then she'll be like, okay, good. Better you give them nasi padang.
Correct. Yes.
That kind of uplifting conversations before you send them off. I think it really makes a difference for them. I've seen it in my daughter. Then she comes back with confidence. She say, Mama, easy paper. Then I'll be like, oh, thank God.
That's right. I think it's when you're young, you give them the right vibes about exams. I think they confidently they will do it, and then they won't feel like stress. Because they are confident. They are just doing the right thing. Going for the exam, prepare well, sleep well, and then really come back the exam, whatever results. We just have to improve along the way lah. That's what I can tell. Okay, thank you so much, Mimi, for your awesome. Okay, really.
So much.
Whether you are in the middle of exam or next exam, I think these are great tips. Okay. So I know the next topic we're going to talk about why students do not do well even after they do well in primary 1, primary 2, or primary 3.
That's very interesting. I also cannot wait to hear.
Let's do also. Okay.
Also to all the parents, I just wish you all the best.
Yes.
Waiting for result. Go easy on your child. I think if they finish exams, it's the time you spend with them. Reinforce in them their confidence.
Yes, of course. Use the time wisely,
don't draw your books, okay?
Don't throw away your books.
Phonics. Don't be like, okay, no need to study already. No. It just gives them the little bit burst here and there, so that they don't lose their momentum, right? Going into
correct.
Next level.
See, I got another topic already. What to do during school holiday to prepare them for the next semester.
Okay, we have 2 now. Okay, so parents must wait for the other 2 coming up.
Thank you, Mimi. Take care, before exams, also take care of yourself and to make sure that you are all strong enough to go for exams. Alright? Okay, Mimi, thank you. Good night. You take care too.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Good evening.
Awesome. Bye-bye.